Greetings, everyone. Welcome back to our channel. So I've been seeing a lot of videos comparing like African Americans, Africans, and Caribbeans, and a lot of people have been interviewed to ask who is better amongst the three different groups. So today I'm going to be touching on that topic. So you probably clicked on this video thinking that, oh, I'm gonna choose sides. I'm gonna maybe choose African since I'm African myself, and like think, oh, we're better than this group. But that's not the purpose of this video. This video is just to highlight the issues we have in our community and comparing each other to just comparing each other in general, whether we're from like Africa directly or we're African Americans or we're Caribbean Americans. We really like to pit each other against each other and just compare ourselves and try to outdo one another or to outshine one another, and thinking that, oh, this group is better than this group. But in actuality, we are all the same if we all think about it. We all came from the continent of Africa. And I feel like the slave trade has actually played a major role in why we compare ourselves so much. I feel like throughout history, Black people have been made to feel like they're not good enough because of the color of their skin, that, oh, they're not the pretty race, and like there are other, like the European standard of beauty is the better, it's more put on a pedestal than the Afrocentric beauty. So I feel like all this comparison stems from like us wanting to, be closer to the Eurocentric ways, the Eurocentric like culture, thinking that, oh, this one is better, but we're really not better. We're just thinking like this because of like the mentality, because of our slave mentality. So I'm kind of tired of like seeing all these videos of, oh, is this group better than this group? And then some people would make individual videos saying that, oh, African Americans are this. And then like other like African Americans would make videos saying like Africans are this. And then Caribbeans will, have their own saying. And it's funny because I only see these comparisons amongst like our community and not other people's communities. Like you don't see Asian Americans coming and saying, oh, Chinese are better than, let's say, people from Singapore or Japan, or Japanese say that, oh, Chinese do this a certain way, that they're way better, smarter and like more hardworking than this other group. Maybe they think about that when they're in groups and stuff like that, but they don't come out in public just kind of like denouncing their own people and just speaking down on their own people. Like it's only like within the Black community that we see all these comparisons. We see everybody just like competing with each other, trying to outsmart each other, trying to outdo each other, and trying to outshine each other. And I feel like this really has to stop, because other races, when they look at us, they think of us as all the same. Whether we think that, oh, we're African and we're better than this one, or we're Caribbean and we're African Americans, or we're better than this. When other people see us, they just see that color and they just think Black and African, and that's it. And I really do feel like the day we stop these, comparing ourselves to like amongst each other, that's the day that we're gonna finally like at least work towards unity, and unity is very important in our community, because I feel like we really lack unity in our community because of all this divide and, all these comparisons and like people trying to compete against each other. And we really need to stop and actually like take a look, step back a little bit and think, wait a second, is this really necessary? Is this really important right now? Like, what is more important? Things that are more important is like us working towards unity, working towards like improving our community, improving our countries, us looking at like some of our, the good qualities that we have, celebrating them, and also celebrating our culture, because whether people like it or not, the black culture is very, very rich. Whether they're African Americans, whether they're Africans, whether they're Caribbeans, we have like a very unique and just rich culture. And that's like one thing I value about our community, and one thing I value about us as a person. We really need to value and see each other as being good enough, and try to uplift each other and motivate each other, regardless of where they're from, whether they're like directly from Africa, whether they're directly from, they live in the Caribbean, whether they're African Americans. Whatever we see each other, we shouldn't see each other as, competition, but rather, oh, my brother or my sister. Like you see this in the workplace where, let's say, like they're like it's mostly like the everybody's predominant, like the whole organization is predominantly white. But then when there are two black people, like it always seems as if they're trying to like compete against each other to see who will be like the better one, like who's gonna be like the most amongst the group. And it's always so funny. It makes me laugh when when I see this happening. I'm like, don't we know that we are actually just one, and these people just view us as one no matter what? It's always very funny, but I do think that we need to open our eyes and just know that it's sad to say, but other races look down on us, and like for us to even compete against each other, that really doesn't even make it any better. We need to stop all this. We need to stop putting our brothers and sisters down, and really motivate, encourage each other, and support each other in whichever way we can. Anyways, thank you so much for listening to this podcast. If you have any comments, please leave it down below. Like this video and subscribe to our channel for more videos.